You let me know when you're coming, right?
Hello, chat. Hello? Yeah, you go. Sometimes the name of episodes are pending, but yeah. I won't take the name too literally. Sometimes it's just me put a name down just because I could spend forever thinking of names for episodes. Hey everyone, hey Ash, hey Quake. Hey Arcane, hi Mike, hey good name. Welcome, nice to see you all. I don't think it's quite right. I have to recalibrate. There you go, that's better. Or at least a little bit better. Yeah, I've gone for a lot of names, like like over 350 episode names, and it's very hard to keep consistent and, you know, not overuse names. I keep forgetting that I actually really like Queen's model. Do need to do a few tweaks here and there to make it improved, but yeah. Yeah, it might be a prediction for the episode. It depends if if it goes the way I think it is. If it doesn't, then well, I can change the name. Yeah, good name.
It's just the equivalent of one of those fucking dank memes personified.
Listen, I love playing 420 Blaze It with my best friend Tin.
Yeah, it's a great game. Alright, my music is on. I have a voice changer on. There's my bestie here, my Pokey.
I am. Sorry, I already got into Queen's voice.
My voice is...
Yeah, you're fine, you're fine.
I didn't start my voice program, that's why.
And just drink a little drink.
You need to make sure your voice is lubricated. I know for Queen it needs to be lubricated. At the start, it sounds good.
Lube up, boys.
Don't forget the lube.
Hey, lube up, castle. Suck our cocks and go us gay. Brothers, lubricate these intruders.
Chill. Ow.
Oh my god. Okay. Sorry. I'm still in the Tin Man mindset of like everything's a fucking joke.
The Gremlin.
Yeah, to be fair, as if Citroen isn't a gremlin, but he is a bit more of a sophisticated gremlin. Oh my god, damn!
I like to think that him being a gremlin is kind of because he pretends to be that way. It's like half and half. Sometimes he lets loose and he's like that, but also sometimes he's just like, he does it as an act to make people lower their guard, so you can be like, oh yeah, I know this and this.
I'm going to continue doing the thing of using other people's name though. I'm never going to stop doing that. If anyone asks me who the fuck I am, I just go, oh, me? I'm Jack Sparks. Fine. I need other names. I need other names that I can...
It sounds like a skill issue for you, lucky not for me.
That's the DM sheet. I'm ready, by the way, whenever you are.
Yeah.
I just need...
Let me just find some good music.
Where's the fucking link? Yeah!
You should not be here. You should be inside.
Well, technically I am inside.
Right.
Damn, I thought you guys were dead. Holy shit.
I'm one of the Oni breaches. Yeah, I didn't take this ammo from like a corpse or some shit.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy. No, I'm Elias Hens. What's up?
Dude, that's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go back to my truck.
Actually, I missed. Yeah, go.
I thought your name was Huge Jack, man.
Lethal. My name is Huge Jack, man. I honestly am gonna. I will do that.
That's good. That's so good. Actually, yeah, that should be your name, Huge Jack, man. That is so good.
I need to do more puns like that. Yeah.
Or bend over. You could also you can also do Joe King or something like that.
Oh,
Hey. Sorry.
there's a man.
I hear
A
dogs
man appeared in
barking.
you.
Right, let's come on in.
Barking.
We are gonna go for the main hall.
Time to put on a serious face. I don't have a face.
3, 2, 1.
Not by much. But
Not my
like,
head. Huh?
Frontline's the hot zone. We're all supposedly
yeah.
good at what we do here, but
My bed.
danger's a little lower.
It's fine. I'm shy, you know?
They sent me here because I'm too skittish and I scream.
Renee,
I do not believe that when you
where's
say that
Wrench?
someone is a
Let's
pusha.
see. Don't worry,
Oh,
me too.
Hi, Queen. Hi.
Name's I'm on house arrest, but I'm an NG.
Woof.
Mary.
I'm on official business.
Nice to meet you, Miss Contrary.
I love you.
Stop, let me know.
Mary.
Yeah,
I appreciate
Mary,
you as
Mary,
well.
Contrary.
I hope you're behaving.
Oh my god.
Totally. I didn't get a bunch of the blue Legos that I'm gonna put
Yeah,
on the floor.
I don't have access to any tools right now, but when I do, if you need anything fixed up, you can send a request to Andy's and I can see if I can help you.
You have access to the comms, correct?
I'll praise you for that.
What the fuck?
I missed Eric.
You know our
I'll go pay you.
Oh god, I'm dying.
I'm always willing to learn new
Something happened to her?
things.
Anybody else flexing right now all of a sudden?
He died.
No, he's just being dumb.
Tell the squad that I'm training to be in
Everybody kind of
the
just disappeared.
I haven't heard a
Gym.
call yet.
at 25 minutes
I guess what he
past.
said, you know?
Yeah, you'll hear a call.
Don't be
Well,
late.
Well, I'm gonna go lay down for a sec, because I have a little bit of a headache. I will be back in a bit.
Nice to meet you, Envy. I'm Meki and Techie, but I'm also the one of two people from the biker outpost.
Oh, I see. Didn't even realize there was a biker outpost.
I can't remember what Muggs' character's name is called. Fuck. Cruising for a bruising? We'll see. We're also lucky. Punctual, Ezra. That's good.
I wasn't even. Apollo told me you were here. I wasn't told anything else, basically.
Hmm. Regardless, you're here.
If you'd like, I can go get the others. Because.
Renee should
at
be
the front.
announcing things. If not, can you do it instead?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it because I think they announced it to a singular person.
Hmm. Make sure to tell them it's 25 minutes past. No later.
Queen's team come to the gym.
I mean, I can also start grabbing them, dragging them over here.
No. You stay here with me.
You know where Jace is.
Yes, so.
Queen, you will feel a small tug on your coat.
He's going to go get Jace and Asha.
Good. I'm assuming that's you, Maddie.
Nobody is here.
Hmm. Did you grow?
people watching. Just asking.
People can watch.
Up to Queen.
So,
Maybe they'll learn something. I trust things have been well,
just
Maddie.
pick a spot.
For the most part. Some complications, but I'll be talking to Chase about that later.
Remember.
Nothing to be concerned about, though.
Understood.
How are you?
If they're gonna be here and watch, I'd rather them be not cloaked.
That is up to Maddie's discussion. I am well, Maddie. Busy as usual.
That's good. I wasn't staying.
Apologies, we were up on the top floor and didn't see the message. Osh is on his way as well.
You're within time, so you're fine.
One more time, I'm sorry. What?
You are here on time, so you're fine.
Oh, okay. I just assumed we weren't.
No, somebody was supposed to tell us, but they told it to a specific person instead, I feel like.
Oh. Okay.
We are missing two.
Carlos isn't here these on this specific day. He's usually out.
I see.
We have, what, Yuki as well, right?
Yes.
And I don't know where Yuki is.
Yuki's here. I don't know where though.
I don't know what he's
Can you go get Yuki?
Okay.
He's probably lurking somewhere around the corner. Always.
In the dead. Spooky, get up.
You know, I'm confused. I thought this team kind of died out.
They did.
I like to reuse equipment.
I was still on.
No, there's no problem. I was just confused. We're gonna
Okay, get in line. Please be presentable. I trust you have all been training, thinking about what our last conversation entailed. And obviously, Carlos isn't here, but I trust that you will all relay the information that you learn here to him. Why am I having so many problems with the hip?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Starting from today, all 6 of you will abstain from eating up until Friday. You will also limit your sleep to 4 hours a day. No more. You are allowed to drink. And I advise water. My people have stocked your fridge with the appropriate fluid. You will not be tracked or monitored for these things, but I trust you will comply with my demands. If you don't, I will know. Are there any questions?
Nope.
I just realized that's more my neck that's getting fucked when you ram into me.
But I would ask what you have been doing since our last meeting. We'll start from my left.
I've been
now a second of intel, so I've been
Interested.
working with Handlock. And I also been training every day like you told us to, and improving what you told me to work on.
Good.
I also
On top
have
of
got new equipment for this.
Are you proficient with your equipment?
I've been training with the bow for a month or so now to make it so I am.
Good. I will expect you all to continue your training even up until Friday. Make sure to pace yourselves. Especially considering you'll be working on low reserves of energy and lack of sleep. Caliban, you next.
On top of the training, I have been working on this with the silencer as you have requested.
Good. Same for Yuki, have you become proficient with it?
Yes.
Good. And I assume you're gonna stick with your axe.
Yes.
Good.
It's more purple on
Asher.
the mask, because of the original color.
Oh, I'm improving, I think, as well. I did train some with Ezreal,
Yeah, to show you.
along with doing things on my own. And
It can change
what
its color.
he, I guess you can call it a mission that we went on a little while ago that you were present for. Of us being told it was successful, which you probably know. And I did get the weapon wire thing that you told me to.
Good. Have you practiced with it much?
Somewhat. I'm not entirely sure how to hold it properly 100% of the time yet, but I'm getting there, I think.
Do you have protective gloves?
Yeah, I'm sure these don't work, obvious. But yeah.
I can teach you some more during the week, but it'll be sporadic. Jazz.
Been doing a lot of the techie stuff. Working on keeping the servers up. We had a thing with the Wasteland. I'm sure you heard about that. Had to fix the servers with that. I've been training every day, like you've been asking, or like you requested. I had a pretty bad injury a couple weeks ago relating to my back. Couldn't train for a little bit, but it's healed up for the most part. I'm pretty fine now. I was not able to acquire the silencer like you requested, but I'll do my best to get it before Friday. And I did not get gloves either for whenever I use my hammer, but I'll do my best to get some before Friday.
If you cannot get a silencer by Friday, you will have to make do. And you will see
Understood.
how that will go.
Yes, ma'am.
Ezra.
I train all the time, so I don't slack on that. I've been talking with Cowboy, and we've been exchanging notes and stuff for Asha and how they can better do their stuff. So we've kind of fleshed out a better training regimen for them. I've been training Hex as well as of recently, very recent. I'm head security as well. Renee stepped down last Friday.
I see.
And Wrench has been working on something for me.
I see. This is all very good news. I'm glad you've been diligent with your training and sticking with what I said. I have an assignment for you all on Friday, and I want to stress that this training is not going to be easy on you. You'll be pushed to your limits. And make no mistake, this is a fight for survival. The chances of you dying here are ever present. I will not hold any punches, neither will my team. I think it's only fit that I warn you beforehand, so you can steel yourself for when it comes. If you have any second thoughts, I'm afraid it's too late to pull out now. So I suggest you dig deep and find it somewhere. Whether it be in yourself or in your comrades. You are being trained underneath me as a group. Which means you will work as a group, succeed as a group, and fail as a group. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Good. Any questions? Then you are dismissed. I'll be remaining here for a time being, as I have a few conversations to have. I will see you all Friday.
Understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Ezra,
Perfect.
as a veteran,
You can go and buy. You talk to the right.
I have higher expectations towards you than everyone else.
I think he's here for Queen. It could wait.
She's talking about later. It's about a.
That goes for
10-minute
Carlos as well.
mission, I guess. We can talk about later.
As their senior, I trust you'll look after the new bloods.
Am I the only one seeing a synth?
I've been trying my best.
What?
The one with the TV.
If you believe it is adequate enough, then that is fine. But only you will be able to gauge whether or not it is. I will not tell you if it is or not.
Unless Maddie is only around and I don't see them or something. You see Chase as normal.
Say that first part again.
Chase is what? Who? What?
I said it's up to you to decide whether or not it is adequate.
Chase look normal, yeah.
I cannot decide that for you.
I think my mind's guessing everything.
No. Everyone kept saying to ask you.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate this question. When's the last time you slept? And for how long?
That's the question we always ask.
Get a new set of clothes, man.
Last time
It would be
It's
good
nostalgia.
We won't let you down.
around and finding out.
It would be
I'll
a
try
good
my
idea
best to make sure we
to
don't.
get new clothes. They are very ratty and worn.
I look forward to it.
It's a fucking rag at this point.
They have to
Nostalgic.
I don't know.
Am I still staying here?
I got all of these on. Why do you think I don't wear it often?
You are free to leave if you so desire it. I trust you.
Oh, I was under the impression that I'll be in charge of making sure they actually stick to the 4 hours of sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And only to sleep.
Understood.
Don't track their food or water. We will know anyway.
Understood, boss. I'm gonna get my stuff, get settled in.
I know I'm not the person.
I should be coming around more often to train. I've been busy lately.
It is alright.
I've been very busy as well myself.
I'm getting more gears.
I should be able to start coming more frequently now.
Go to a mission.
I really wish they would stop using that armor.
Apparently so.
Yes, we're using assets we have. We have to make do with what we can get our hands on.
I get that.
And they don't have a medic.
Just a bad reminder.
What?
I believe.
You're that
We need to
stupid.
speak about something.
So.
I trust you're well. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Not dead yet.
One way
Don't
of putting
plan
it.
on dying short anytime soon.
Keep up the good fight.
You too.
Did you need to speak on something in private or?
Potentially. We can have it wherever you want.
Long ass walk, but whatever. Hey, H, do you want me to start grabbing people now, or start seeing
You
people
can
out now?
slowly start, yeah. You can slowly start now.
Okay. I trust you know the way. I'll be up. I'll be up with you in a minute.
I see.
Never a slow day.
Mean has what it means to be a whisperer, doesn't it? Especially a hollow whisperer.
Don't even get started.
Until Friday.
Damn, that's rough. But you know what? Fair enough. Training process.
Conditioning.
Yeah.
Conditioning. Fair enough.
Conditioning. That's
Good
from what
to
I'm
see
understanding.
I basically get it. People already asked me about
You would have the right about it.
But
A text will be sent out to Pill, Rat, Dulce, and Envy. Report to the meeting room.
There is a Discord you can join and be part of the community.
It would have
and
been
start to
great if you
roleplay.
did that in the right comms.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Are you in? Do you have VR? Kozuto? Also, thank you much to follow Ronald McAcorn. God, I need to not slow down. Thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the community. Hope you enjoy staying.
No, that's I think one of our special guests.
Right.
They haven't called their names yet. We're not in trouble.
I still think if we have a special guest that comes in here, we should really have an escort.
Don't you normally?
The escort is everybody guns pointed at them.
I'm pretty sure someone got called.
And masked up too, aren't we?
But there's people that could just slip in here real fucking easy and no one question.
Well, I mean, we do have a hole in the roof. Someone can literally
Well,
fall
me and
in here.
me and Clown were questioning a fucking guy that was getting chased by the fucking cat like the other fucking about a week or two ago. Fucking pissed off the tiger, and he was the food guy apparently, and he's just running around in circles, scared shitless. And we're like, the guy that's meant to be here delivering food, he is going up and down and all around this fucking place.
Oh, it's Van. That's it. Thanks for reminding me. I just haven't really been part of the circle that much, that long, for a while, so I kind of forgot the names.
Bill, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did Carlos ban anything from the Mickey Bay, or am I just thinking crazy thoughts?
I don't think so.
I'm just thinking crazy thoughts. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 3 of you. Where is Rat?
Am I waiting upstairs?
It's up to you.
I'm in your home. It is your decision. Take charge.
I'll see you up there in 5 minutes.
5 minutes it is. Oh my god. Playing Queen a bit more of a hard ass is I feel bad doing it.
Hopefully, won't take too much of your time. Give us a better view of exactly what's happening out there.
Yeah, she does. Also, some people don't seem to show a lot of respect. I mean, looking at I think it's Cullingham's character. He's like, oh, the exchanges coming in, it's VIP, not having anyone escort them around, and it's a bit like. Obviously, he doesn't know she's a council member, but at the same time, I mean, I suppose he's at least been aware of it. Exactly. And she is a kind of a correctional officer. She's basically what Figmont used to be. Disciplinary committee, bounty hunters gathering information, covert, special forces kind of situation. You mean Queen will come in to dish out the discipline? That's what you mean? Hmm. No, I think Queen is very respected. I don't think she's very well liked. I mean, the people which you see that's approaching her and talking to her, those are kind of people which were kind of like her acquaintances / friends. He had good relationships with Queen when she was in the Hollow, but a lot of people respect her and fear her. But not a lot of people probably like her or talk to her more much. Busy.
Or anything else. Yeah. Want a drink of anything?
Water. Don't really have time or luxury to indulge in alcohol at the moment. Being busy.
I know that feeling at least. Catch. Well, if this is going to be private, want to have a seat first?
Sure.
Jace is currently taking one of his patented beauty naps.
Despite contrary belief, he is quite busy. Been to a few meetings with the council members, with the rest of us.
Heard some tidbits of it from here and there, but nothing substantial. I can't be of the belief that you're just as busy as we are here.
Perhaps more so. I've been in the front lines, trying to disrupt the Tiger reinforcements and resupplies. It's going well, but you destroy one line and they just replace it with another. It's an ongoing thing. A drop in a bucket.
You're right about that.
So, to business then. The last time I was here, I had a conversation with Lucky and Bruja. They did not have the highest of opinions when it came to how things are being managed. They did not appreciate Maddie coming out of the blue after being killed and causing alarm. I got feelings of discontent from them. And it makes me concerned, because it's if it's veterans that know what happened regarding Strange, then what's to say it does not happen to those who don't? So I come here asking, what is yours and Chase's approach? How is this going to be remedied?
If you're talking about those specific people, Lucky's already planning on making his retirement soon.
I mean as a whole. Like you said, Lucky is retiring. I was made aware of this, but Bruja, from my understanding, is remaining. And if Lucky talks like he does, his ideals and his viewpoints might spread. The last thing we want at the moment is to have a mutiny, or shadow groups forming in our ranks. Why is the music so loud? What the fuck?
A lot of this discontent is formed out of the approach that was given for this entire Strange situation. Because not everyone was let in on what the entire intent was in the end. Not the whole Millie plugging herself into a PC, it was more so her being put into Strange's place. Most people are conversing around that idea, that ideal, that this was never the plan in the first place, and keep on trying to cite that Sean would have never wanted this, that Deli wouldn't have wanted this, or Toku.
Who's saying that they would not want it? Lucky? Bruja? I want names, Wrench.
If I give you these names, what exactly are you going to do?
Keep a close eye. Know who I need to be concerned about. And address them. Not with violence, helped alleviating concerns. Also, not to mention, if it's someone who does not know Toku or Deli very well, to go around stating that they would not endorse such things, well, it's manipulation.
Russ is very much openly against the idea of melee. And that subsequently also means Maddie being here.
Are people aware that Maddie is for their own safety?
I made them specifically aware, yes.
Right. So then it's a personal grudge, a vendetta because of Robin's death. She was warned multiple times, and if Rust and Bruja are not seeing the reality of the situation, then it brings into question as to why they are still here. If they cannot fight for their leaders, then what do they fight for? You see where I'm going with this, correct? They could become problematic. We could have another group of Fallen, and unlike the Fallen, this will not be tolerated. Is he here today?
Here for the reason... No. Still here the reason of they haven't done anything yet.
The fact that Russ hasn't done anything yet?
Yeah.
Need I remind you, Rust has an artifact, or at least the energy of an artifact within him.
Very aware of what's inside of Rust.
He is a ticking time bomb, both literally and figuratively. He can hold this whole hollow at ransom if he wanted.
And pray tell, how do you want to deal with it? It's in a realm that's outside of both of our scopes.
Both of our scopes?
Unless you can tell me you know how to dissect or remove a Magitech core out of someone without it leveling the entire district. If we remove Rust from the hollow, we have no way to keep an eye on him.
I do not mean we remove him. I merely wish to talk with him. To make him understand. If he doesn't, then I have to move to some other form of plan. The Council of Nine will not tolerate these kind of things, Rust. Rust needs to get his act together.
What do you think I've been trying to get across to people this entire time?
Then let me step up. We can
You
either
and I
have...
both know that's not my call.
Not your call. Possibly Chase's. But
where you tread
I-
right now is Chase's territory.
While true, the Whisperers are a key asset to this war effort and a part of the Council of Nine. If there are any faults in the machine, they have to be fixed or replaced. I'm sure Chase would understand that. And if he doesn't, then he's going soft. If there are talks of people with unrest, if there are talks of people who, despite knowing the plan regarding Strange and Millie, are going against what the plan was, then that's a problem. Fresh blood we can tolerate. It's understandable why they are confused and why they choose to rise up against us. But for those who were there, those who sacrificed their lives, going against this plan only jeopardizes and puts to waste all those who perished during that siege. I imagine Rust would talk about a point of privilege from me. How I got to slay Strange, who was one of my enemies, someone who was on my kill list. The difference was, I did not attack him when he was an asset, when he was on our side. I attacked him when he became our enemy. Millie is not our enemy, and Rust should not see her as such. If he does, it's a personal reason. And if Millie acted out of line and killed Robin for an unfair reason, the rest of the Council of Nine would have been on her case. But I checked the reports. Robin snooped in places that she does not belong in. She called this ending upon herself. And if Rust puts the blame on a law rather than a person who broke the law, then he is not of sound mind. He needs to learn control.
There's many a whisper that learn.
Then I would like to request that at least on either today or Friday, because I'm coming to pick up my team on Friday, that I could give a speech in front of the Whisperers. Make it clear the intentions of the Council of Nine. Make it clear for them to decide whether they want to spit on the sacrifices that the Whisperers made to realign Strange of our interests. And for them to understand that the Whisperers may be strong now, but it's only because of our assistance as the Council of Nine. If Gus pulled out his forces from the front lines, if I pulled out my forces from the front lines, if Nadia stops doing research and helping our cause against the Hulks and other things, the front lines would be on the Hollow's very doorstep.
You know how these people are, Queen. They don't learn through reasoning or logical thought.
In that
Nor
case,
persuasion nor anything else.
in that case, they will have to have a taste of how it was back then. We've been lenient with them. We've given them time to adapt. They are not learning. They are not adapting. They think this is a game. This is a war. We defeated Strange, and the Tigers now have a third, if not more, of our territory. Every day that passes, they are encroaching further and further. And if the Hollow Whisperers cannot understand that, then maybe they should go back to the outposts and let someone else take their spot. Worse, they become expendable and we replace them. There is a certain lack of respect for themselves as well as the building that they decide to make their home. Like the halls of Valhalla, this was meant to be a beacon, a place for the best, and those who represent the morals not just of the Hollow but of the Whisperers as a whole. If after the talk I have with them either today or on Friday does not suffice, then we're gonna have to be more heavy-handed. And in which case, everyone suffers for it. I would not want it to come to that. But we are on the brink. I heard the mission report about the mission on Friday. If you lot did not succeed in claiming those resources, there would be another siege on the Hollow. No doubts about that.
Yeah.
We need cohesion. We need competency. And we need people following orders. People think Strange was the worst of it, but they don't know anything about it. Sure, there were mutilated corpses, monstrosities beyond comprehension, but that pales in comparison to Marlow City, which Malleus used to control. If the Tigers roam free, and they become the dominating force in District 0, Malleus has more of a grip over the city, and there's no going back from that. People will be kidnapped in their hundreds, possibly thousands, and experimented on. Families. These new people are too sheltered. They had never been exposed to the stuff that I was exposed to, and I do not blame them for that. But at the same time, I expect them to be open-minded, and they're not. They believe they're entitled to this way of life. But you have to earn your keep. Yeah, I sadly I can't do Queen's voice any louder.
Like I said,
As I said to Adele, these whispers are of a different breed than what we used to have.
That they are. If they cannot meet our standards, then we will have to train them. Even if I have to do it myself. Because this incompetency, this willingness to go against our goals, hurts us. We are spread thin. We cannot handle having people go against orders or cause issues. It is all hands on deck, and I don't know how things have been here, but people are acting very lax. Which is justified for hard work, which they did on Friday. However, they need to keep up their conduct. No, there was no in-map voice thing, sadly. Sadly, we can't do that except removes player agency. Sorry, repeat yourself.
Spoken like a fucking reflection. Yeah. I know none of these whispers that we have are up to shape for the fights we will have to endure. Whether it be Tiger Grunts, Keijin, ISB, the front lines. All of them take what they've been given here at the Hollow for granted.
We used to slay giants, Wrench. 2 years ago, we stormed Keijin Tower, raided its facilities, butchered hundreds of armed professionals, and killed Kenzo Koda, the then councilman of District 0. If we were to do the same thing nowadays, with the meager people we have, we would fail.
I reckon we at least get up to the 3rd floor of like 100.
A paltry attempt. Yeah, it'd be a bit complicated to do that, so. When I left, I thought I was leaving the hollow in capable hands. And while that's partly true, you, Chase, and others are capable. Similar to how it was last year, or even 2 years ago. A lot of the people which I consider to be veterans had left, leaving only a small amount of us, and we were outnumbered by new people. I foolishly was reluctant to teach these people, believing I coveted these experiences, this knowledge, and wore it like a medal. And it's ironic as I sit here looking at everyone else, now in the hollow. History is repeating itself. My hope is that with the people I'm training for this tank mission that Chase has, they'll be able to pass on the experience, the knowledge, and my teachings to others. At least that's my hope.
Impart the ideals and wisdom of the old onto the newer ones.
Exactly.
I can't say that they're not willing to learn. But they haven't come to that realization yet.
Perhaps I'm gonna have to do a training drill, like Figment did before. But first things first. Yeah. Figment.
As long as I've been here as a Whisperer, I'm not.
You're not what?
As much of an old Whisperer as I have been, I'm not that old to recognize that name. For it to mean something.
Figment was the previous Council 9 member. Okay, time for a history lesson.
Oh boy.
Figment used to be part of the Old Council of 9. Vossler, Figment, I think her name was Tanya, Strange, Chase, O'Delly. Those were the Council of 9, at least the ones we knew of at the time. Figment was in charge of disciplinary actions and bounty hunting. But not the kind of bounty hunting in the sense of hunting high-profile targets in Zephyr or District 0. This was bounty hunting in the form of hunting whisperers who cause problems those who defect, those who sell information, those who are not aligned with the Whisperer goal. Yuna was given a task to hunt Lucky because he was given information to the tigers. And while that's the reason why there was such a bitter rivalry between those two. But I digress. Because Figment was in charge of disciplining those who go against Whisperer motives, routing out unrest and those who had mutinous thoughts. She had a few training sessions. I was reconditioned and trained underneath her for a time being, as I was considered to be one of her personal assassins. Myself, along with Yuna and Lily, us three were close to Figment. As we were preparing to attack Marlow City, which we didn't end up doing in the end due to how many people defected and retired, left, who turned tail and ran like cowards. Figment had a training course. 2 squads comprised of people from both the Fallen and the Whisperers, where they would fight each other with a simple goal in mind: protect the location. We would use live ammunition. There would be flamethrowers, third parties involved. We were put through our paces and trained rigorously. It put into context how much is asked of us, and that working together is important. Built bond, kinship, united us. But it wasn't easy. It was grueling. The Whispers back then were tougher, more durable, understood sacrifice, understood that they themselves did not matter towards the ultimate goal, which was to drive the tigers out of our district. However, nowadays Whispers are seen as a charity organization, a refuge for the homeless, the downtrodden, those who had nowhere else to go. And while it's true that we do bring in people who have nothing, because this is their last attempt at trying to earn something, these people are squandering that chance. They are given stuff for free and do not pay their dues. Myself, as much as anyone else in the Council of 9 who have existed during that period of time, probably just myself, Millie, Chase, and Nodeli remain, as well as Toku. Gus doesn't understand Gus never experienced what we went through, but he understands that it is necessary. And I'm sure a few people here do that as well.
Yeah.
But if things do not get better soon, we are going to have to go back to that era that no one liked, myself included. And this is not a warning. This will happen if things do not change. And it's not because we want to, but it's because if we don't, we are losing the war with the tigers. They have more people than us, they have more resources, better technology, skilled individuals, they have Nevrossi. They have backing from Marius McKay and his Prometheans. The only strength we have is our unity, our numbers, and the fact we are fighting on home territory. That is all we have. We are outclassed in every imaginable category. And it frustrates me to see that people do not understand that. Which is why I want to.
Like you said,
go on.
They're pampered and spoiled. Haven't had to live the atrocities of what built the Whisperers to begin with.
I yap so much then, holy shit. I'm sorry.
It's been like that since I arrived, and it continues to be like that.
Which is why I wish to have a conversation, a rallying cry, and to reinforce our goals. And hell, like I said, if that doesn't work, then we're kind of doomed. Maybe the reason why they are like this is because they'll be treated like children. I know Sean used to mollycoddle them, give them everything they wanted, no struggle, and all reward. And there are times where he did met out punishment, but they were weak. They weren't lasting, they didn't leave an impact. People recommitted the mistakes that they just made. But Sean's not in power, Chase is. And Chase understands how things were like back then. Hell, he was a proprietor of it. He even reinforced it. So the fact that Chase has gone soft is very surprising to me. Exactly. Those are the days, Jaro, huh? The fucking concrete block, holy shit. Literally was fucking prison cell with uncomfortable beds that had barely any lining to them at all whatsoever.
They actually understand those fundamentals. Maybe I wouldn't be as stressed as I am right now.
Yeah. It really did drive home that thing. I think that's the reason why maybe we've gone a bit soft. When you have nothing but scraps.
Alright.
Everything is a luxury.
I'll talk to Chase. Get you set up to address the Hollow Friday.
I appreciate it. If Chase were here, I would say the exact same thing to him. Although I think he
I
would
know.
probably argue a lot more with me than you do.
Because I see the self-same faults in the current Hollow Whisperers. Just as much as you do.
Surely Chase sees the same. I hope he sees the same. If he doesn't, then that's also concerning.
Or he's choosing to deny that.
Maybe he's just grown old and tired. Wants to just lay down and live a comfortable life, I guess. I mean, you seen the office? Looks quite comfortable.
Yeah, this is a market-sized office, if anything.
I want to tell you what it was like for me back in the day, when I used to go by the name of Raven. You know the main hall we have out there?
Yeah.
It was literally that big space. And where the dorms are downstairs, it was a small kitchen with but a singular TV. And next to that was just a concrete box with beds, sheets like paper, not enough to keep yourself warm at night. During the winter it was freezing. We had lockers to store our stuff. We had scraps. All the other rooms, they were blocked off, filled with trash, rubble, all those things. Myself and King, and everyone else at the Hollow back then. Just 10 of us. We cleared it out, refurbished it. And now to see that it's become the shining beacon of the Hollow, of the Whispers as it is now. Well, it is a thing of pride. However, it would be pride if the conduct, if the quality of Hollow Whispers were the same. You had nothing but scraps when you came here, but those who were given the ability to have their own living quarters, their own space to grow, their own facilities to do things. It was a giant house where everyone was a family. Truly a family. Because if you go to the other places, the train yard that we used to go to, that still, when we visited, it had shotgun shells and blood stains all over the floor. Everyone huddled in that train. No comfort, luxury, no warmth. The Hollow was considered to be luxury. We had many people ask us why. Why are we special? Why are we entitled to this luxury? Our own living quarters, our own beds, our own places for recreational activities, our own mechanical bays, technology facilities. And we proved to them every week that we were better, that we deserved it. Because if we didn't, like wolves, they would have came for that spot. You had to fight to stay in the Hollow. Grip hold of it until your fingers bled. And I think the problem that probably occurred was the fact that history, when all those veterans left, when we stormed that tower, history was lost, nothing was passed on, and those who joined only joined The Hollow at its peak. Not at its worst, not when it was rubble and a mess. When it was just a ruin of a police station.
Police station. Thought it was a warehouse.
Police station, warehouse. It's all the same. It was probably a police station some time in the past. Became a warehouse. The point stands is that it became a ruin.
Yeah. The Whisperers of today are profiting off the blood, sweat, and tears
Of the founders. Despite me having gripes.
Their hard-earned luxuries.
Despite me complaining about this, I am much to blame for this lack of appreciation. I ran from my past because I failed king, changed my name from Raven to Queen, and hid history. But if things are going the way they are, the past needs to be dug back up. It needs to be explained. And people need to understand what it was like. Because without that context, without that history, you cannot appreciate the present. And very much like the common language, the present is a gift, not to be squandered.
I know I feel like I've heard that from you a couple of times already.
Yeah. I'm not a talkative person. But in my position now, before it was a case of just poking holes in people's plans, seeing the faults in certain things happening and being very cynical. Sure, I was the head of Spec Ops, but I had no one to lead. Because I didn't trust anyone. I didn't think they were worthy. I held on to my belief of old practices, the past. But because I believed in Sean and his vision of trying to do things differently, I took a passive approach. And this has been going on for 2.5 years now, and nothing has changed. It stayed the same. We're going in circles. And if I have to be hated and loathed to see progress made, then I will become that target of hatred, of anger, frustration. Because no one grows in comfort, only in conflict. And I need to see them grow. Because I can't keep throwing myself into the front lines in the condition I'm in, fighting and bleeding for these people, if they're just going to piggyback off of my efforts and my people's efforts.
if it's up to the whispers of old to teach the new, you're going to need to have a talk with Chase about that.
Or what? For him to tell me to go softer on them, that times have changed? I've heard Daddy say the same thing. I've heard him say the same thing in the past. These new ways we're doing is not working because things are repeating itself.
To get him on the same wavelength.
Oh, let me know when he's available, or tell him to text me when he's available. I'll happily have a conversation with him to talk him out of it. Oh, sorry, talk him into it. Yeah, she definitely needs the water.
Our sad reality is, I don't think you can get these whispers to consider each other any sort of family.
I'm not asking for family. I'm asking for them to at least respect themselves and the people who died to build the foundations of this very building. Because if they don't believe in what the hollow is, what it represents, what the whispers are trying to do, they may as well just... They may as well just turn themselves into Kijin. Or fall on their own sword, or join the Tigers. The Whisperers was a mega gang that ran District 0, was in ties of Kijin, flourished, grew to every corner of this district. We were the strongest gang. Everyone answered to our beck and call. We had resources aplenty. You wouldn't go hungry. There was stability because there was a certain level of fear.
If the Whisperers of old were much better than the Whisperers of now, why did the Fallen form?
The Fallen formed because O'Daddy was going through an oppressive streak. He was paranoid because of strangers' manipulation. He was getting reports constantly about people who were committing mutiny. And he weeded them out with the shotgun crew. He put them to a gun, told them to tell us who was betraying us, who were traitors. He didn't get the answers he liked, he pulled the trigger. Piles of bodies were laid outside that train because of his paranoia. He would send people out on suicide missions with intent for them being expendable, thrown away. They went to Marlow and they came back, but the horrors they saw at Marlow caused them to realize that being part of the Whisperers was not in their best intentions. And so the Hollow was, and so the Fallen were formed. But the problem with the Fallen was that it seemed to be a group of lots of people who, as I've come to realize it, are people which were quirky in nature. Most of the
quirky.
Yes. The Fallen back then, originally I thought were just people who didn't have the stomach to tolerate the Whisperers, joined the gang life and thought it'd be sunshine and rainbows. But as time passed and as they left, I've come to realize that everyone who was part of the Fallen are now in precarious situations. Marge, She used to be a Fallen member, but she has dabbled in the occult and has changed herself to unrecognizable degrees. Anne gave herself in to Malice McKay to ensure the safety of Aiden, and someone else. I can't remember his name, but a lot of people did not like him in the Fallen. The ironic situation is, Aiden was with Malleus for a long time, was in a place called the Playground, and he came out. And if you were to look at Aiden now, he is no longer really human. He is oops mixed with some sort of plant. He is not the Aiden he used to be. There's also another person by the name of Kian. I don't know what happened to him. Last I heard, he left and he joined some other group, I think the Valentes. The Valentes are named after Anne Valenti, the person who had handed herself into Malleus. Marge formed this group, I believe, in the hopes of trying to get back Anne. But I haven't seen her since. So I'm assuming she's still missing and still underneath Malleus's clutches. But the weird thing is, I was attacked by Malleus a second time, outside of the attack that you went through. I was with Sokoto.
That must have been fun.
Yeah, it was wonderful. A lot more trauma added onto the pile. But Kian was in Malleus's mindscape. So, every Fallen that I have seen has been dabbling in something occult or Malleus related, and they are now no longer really... They're different from us. They're not the same. They've jumped off the deep end. I think the only person that I know of from the Fallen that is of reasonable mind is Yarick, and he works at the meat rack. He's the most normal of them all, and that's saying a lot because he's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Sean came back because he was no Delhi, re-inherited his birthright, but now he's gone. Made a deal with Galdia.
Guess they were aptly named Fallen for a reason.
Ironic. Fallen because they fell out of form with the Whisperers, but now they become Fallen because they have really fell from grace. The Fallen, like I said... Wait, another one. Willow was a Fallen, and you see where she is now.
Don't even get me started on that fucking
Like I said,
case.
Quirky individuals. Judge was a Fallen, and he's dead, from what I've heard. So, there's the lore. The Fallen formed because of discontent with Udeli's reign of terror. However, Udeli has learnt his ways, the error of his ways, and has decided to turn over a leaf. However, we've gone from one extreme to another. We've gone from a situation of extreme stress and tyranny to a situation where there is not much enforcement or law. And that when enforcement is done, is met with backlash. How could you do this to
But
us?
they
You've
have
punished
some
us.
sense of feigned oppression.
Exactly. If you want to know oppression, I can show them that. But they won't like it.
No, they won't. Everything
I
that's
don't.
been done to them has been from a
I don't remember anything about Sarah, so I can't.
glass castle. It hasn't shattered their minds yet. Because most of the things I suggest, Chase.
Oh, alcohol? Yeah, probably.
He's trying to avoid the entire idea of a mutiny.
Oh, true.
But letting people have these thoughts to begin with.
Yeah, they are at least weird.
It's going right back to it, though.
The only way to have people be unified and fight together was, funny enough, when a champion was named, when King was on the front lines, when King walked around, people had a sense of pride. They believed what he was doing. They were willing to fight beside his side because of some weird sense of honor. I can't. What were they called? What was the group that King made?
Funny.
Yeah, the Pain Train. So much so that when he existed, and even after he died, a group formed called the Pain Train. Those who believed in the ideals of King basically became a miniature militia within the Whisperers. They were kind of an independent force. They fought for the Whisperers, alongside the Whisperers, but they had a certain sense of individuality. If the Whisperers are going into a wrong direction, they would stand up being like, no, this is not how this is done. I'm not saying to do the same thing, but I'm saying when King was champion, we had no unrest. Morale was high, he had a fan club, all sorts of things. People were willing to rally behind this individual. And probably the reason why Chase wants to find an individual like that. I've been teaching Muay Thai and Carlos that being a champion is not just about being physically strong, it's about being, how to describe it? You carry the hopes and dreams of every Whisperer on your shoulders and you fight for them. When everyone else is on the floor, down for the count, exhausted, wounded beyond measure, you continue to get back up and you fight for them, because by seeing you, maybe they get the strength to also stand on their own 2 feet and fight for themselves and everyone else around them. King was an idea, an act of defiance. A lot of people believe family was around when he was alive. After he passed, a lot of uncertainty arose. Things started to fray and splinters were forming. We still held together, but it wasn't so smooth. Few arguments and disputes here and there. A few hot-headed individuals that wouldn't listen to orders, that needed to be punished. But nothing that we couldn't handle. Mm-hmm. Queen only hopes that she could have lived up to King's name and become a legend. Well, you know, she don't even become a legend. She just wants to carry on his name, carry on his principles, and try to at least keep that flame alive.
Be a lot to think about.
Huh. It's better to think on something than to just, well, forget.
Mm. Do you think the whispers of today could become whisperers of old, our founders?
They have to want it. Because as much as we fought for our same goal, we fought for it because we believed in the idea. We wanted better for ourselves. And so we held ourselves to a higher standard. Nowadays, people fight for the fun of it. Fight because they're told to. Fight because they're expected to. But we fought because if we didn't, who else would? Because if we didn't fight, the Tigers would win. So we gave it our all, every single mission. It wasn't a squabbling of who get to go when and where, how often someone went on missions. People lined up eagerly to do missions, volunteering themselves. And while volunteering yourself is good, the heart is in the wrong place. There is a lot of potential here. They just need to realign themselves.
They've been off their axes for a while.
Stuff like that, which is just tragic. Like, King's death was probably the most pivotal thing in the entirety of season 1. So much shit happened and changed because of that. Like, Queen wouldn't exist without King. If he stayed alive, Raven would have became Banshee.
Oh, I'm gonna regret that later.
Yeah. He had nothing but scrap armor, robotic legs, and just pure will. He just, yeah. Like, despite Queen never being like King, I think the one thing that she kept from him was his willpower. His defiance. Queen kept that. He was a force of nature, yeah.
Do you think there are any whispers that embody what? Inspiration, King?
Any whispers that funnily enough, when King became champion of the Whispers, it was his first day being picked by Toku to join this elite group. He asked to become the champion of Whispers. He asked Toku to endorse it. And Toku laughed and chuckled like he normally did and endorsed it. He agreed. He was never given the title. He asked for it and lived up to it. People had the potential to be like him, sure. Carlos and Moita are probably the two ideal candidates to become a champion, but not to replace him or to be like him. They would do it their own ways. I've been trying to instill into Moita and Carlos that when you become a champion, you're not a champion for yourself, you're a champion for everyone else. You carry their hopes and dreams and motivations. You are the combination of that. You essentially lose all sense of self. In the last weeks of King being alive, he expressed to me that he was worried about becoming a weapon because Toku told him secrets that he cannot tell anyone else. And he hated those ideals. He hated what Toku was trying to do. But to keep up the face and image of a champion, he had to keep fighting on. Doing what he believed was right for the Whisperers. Doing what he hoped and believed that they wished for. He sacrificed a lot of himself. Burned himself to ash so that those ashes could nourish the ground beneath him. And even as he was slow by Figment, and his name dragged through the mud and muck of this district, I think his ideals stayed alive regardless. He was branded a traitor, conversing with the enemy. So as myself, Slick and Jackie, we were told that we talked with Biker, gave away information. And we did. We gave away information to Biker because we wanted to believe. It's complicated. The Tigers had a strong bond with the Fallen, and some Fallen got brought in by the Whisperers. They were in a secret location that only King knew of because he was close to Toku. These Fallen back then, we were working with them to try and overthrow Delhi, to make things go back to a sense of normalcy, where there was no tyranny, no threat of shotgun crews and people dying. And because the Tigers took a fondness to the Fallen, we decided to tell Biker the location of where this was. I say we, but it was just King. King was also Biker's brother. And when that was found out as common knowledge, Toga decided to label him a traitor simply because he shared blood with an enemy. Naturally, as you can assume, Biker told this information to the, at the time, Tiger Commander Hermes. The information's all jargled, I'm sorry, it's all in pieces, but Hermes, knowing the information, decided to gloat. Put out a call-out post informing both O'Delhi and Toku that through use of subliminal messaging, let it slip that Jackie, Slick, myself and King had a conversation with Biker and we were punished. But Toku went a bit too far with the punishment. And King went off the rails. He attacked Toku, who was a council member at the time. Attacked Figment. And paid the price. He died on that day through a beheading. And the fucked up thing about it is that after the beheading, they decided to send his head to Biker. Had to bury his head and body separately about a few days later. It's getting late. I've overstayed my welcome. It wasn't even meant to be a short conversation, but... well... history lessons were given. I came here to check up on my squad and do what Chase has requested of me, which was to train them. I have assigned them with a task. You don't need to monitor it. I trust they will do it. If not, well, they will deal with the consequences.
I'm well aware of your command. I expect them to follow it through.
If they don't, well, can't say I didn't warn them.
Have you been better? Since last time, yes.
Define what is last time. Since the Marius incident?
Since our last council meeting. Not the council of 9.
You mean the farewell party? Things are better, I guess. Not really, I guess they are. Not stuck in the rut I was in before. If that's what you mean.
That's good to hear. Glad to see you're doing better than that.
Yeah, still going through my own problems. My own thoughts and feelings. Introspection is always important. And I'm doing a lot of that at the moment. Trying meditation, making plans, going to the front lines, healing my wounds. All part and parcel. Nothing I can't handle.
I know. It gives me some solace that to hear from yourself.
I'm glad. Not overworking yourself, I hope.
Not how I used to, but
overworking
you're
yourself
not
in a
core
different
of
kind
the
of way.
issue.
Yeah, these things don't tend to get fixed overnight. Which is the
No.
reason why I'm insistent of stepping in to reinforce certain things. I had hoped that Chase would have, well, taught people some history. However, it seems he wants to forget the past and move on. I don't blame him. It wasn't the prettiest of times.
Let's hope we can come to a realization.
You never know. maybe you would just, you know, take the idea. Anyway, we should walk and talk. I believe most of the private stuff has happened. I addressed my concerns and, well, gotten permission.
From me, at the very least.
Go on.
You've gotten it from me, at the very least.
Well, that's 1 out of 2. And to be honest, even if Chase disagrees, I'm probably still gonna make it apparent. Whether it be a few people at a time or everyone all at once. I think people understanding their roots is important. Take care, Arcane. Hope you have a good night and sleep well.
History lesson or a reminder of the ways of old me. Do them some good.
Perhaps. Some people find history boring. So I have to think of a way to make it short and sweet. And also short enough so people don't lose interest because I'm soft-spoken. My voice does not travel as far, so I think people have difficulty hearing me.
You still underestimate the amount of authority you command. Even here at the Hollow, still.
Doesn't matter if people can't hear me.
Yeah, it's in the outside parking lot. I leave it out there because I don't want to take up any space that the garage might need. Plus, like I said, the screaming.
Oh, okay, so the gecko's a vehicle, what is it, what?
No, it's a...
Maybe we can rig up a stage somewhere in the backyard or main hall here.
You don't need to go to such efforts for me. We will have to make do, I guess.
It's a small sport car that has fucking actual guns on it.
I'm sure my old speaker's somewhere here, somewhere around here.
Yeah, but that sounds sick. So you're gonna waste of it. Alright. Little sports car.
If I can get it to actually work again, that'd be great. But after they impounded it, they basically almost junked the thing to where it can only be driven. So I've been trying to work on getting that fixed.
You gonna stick around for a while? You heading out?
Because I fear about my productivity. I've been working
No,
on other vehicles before working on
I
my
need to head out. Need to go back to the front lines. People waiting for me.
If I get my tools back, I might just prioritize.
I was
that
just
and see
admiring
what I can order.
the past. That's all.
Because I want my baby back. She had a real good GPS, is all I'm saying.
I'm trying to see if I can get our scavenging division to see if we can get the golden toilet back in and piss Chase off a little.
Just make sure that I wasn't needed for anything.
I wasn't really much of a fan of it, but you do you. It's not my home anymore.
Doors are always open for you regardless.
I should hope so. I'm one of your council members. If you would have refused me, there is a huge problem with that.
I mean, already pretty fucking stoned, so I mean...
Yeah, right? Look, man, I don't know
You know what I mean.
I'm an unreliable witness.
I know.
But yeah, that's why I've been hanging around. Do we know if we got a cot for the new girl? Passed out in the chair.
Are you There's usually a free spot open in the bunks.
Okay. I'm still on there. I hate that I do this because I've been told by multiple people to stop being a fucking K-pop fan.
Queen, my queen. Hi, queen. Hi.
I'm starting to I just had the flashback of Logan asking me what my service ID was, like I was a robot.
I'm okay.
That's so fucked that he did that.
Shut up, I can't hear her.
Come here. Queen, come here.
Queen.
What?
Give me a fist.
Hello.
You come to me. Hey, Morta.
So how was your guys'
I love you.
Thank you.
I miss you.
One of my bosses.
Yeah. I kind of miss being here sometimes, as well.
Yeah, I get the sometimes
Nice
part.
sometimes.
A lot of people can be little boogers
nice
sometimes.
Until you have to deal with all the bad
Some people
stuff.
can be really fucking
I was about to
annoying,
say,
dude.
you say sometimes, but
You're
if
a
you had to
booger.
be here for longer than a day at a time, you would regret it.
It's like a
Oh, it's adorable that y'all are
headache
having the
half the time.
travelhood of the sistering
fair,
I guess thing going on here on the
they
floor with
don't
everybody around and
have
stuff.
a lot of luxury right now. They
I can't
still
remember her name. Why don't I remember her name?
So how was your guys' talk?
It was okay. I believe it is was a fruitful talk. Right, Wrench?
Informative, yeah. That's good. That's good. Glad it was a good talk.
Hey, Wrench. I didn't see you there.
Well, give
I
me
swear
what's-
you're blending in
what's-
more and more.
What's her
Every single
name?
time I see you. Ah!
I can't remember her name. Why the fuck?
What happened? What happened?
You kicked me.
injured her.
I didn't kick you.
for a second.
How could
That is
you?
falsity.
The head of
People.
security people.
That is
That's
falsity
the head of security.
and
means you can
lies.
avoid having to do all the work too.
Lee, that's it. Lee.
That doesn't come with the job, sadly.
You owe me.
What's going on right
You
now?
owe me a good hug.
You can only cry.
Give me a hug. Come on.
So again, I think you've
I was just wondering why everyone's laying down on the floor.
I don't know what's. No, you're not.
We're just laying down, dog.
Come
Okay.
here. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure these guys are fucking
Bring your arms around.
high, and
This doesn't count if you're not hugging back.
everyone else is laying down.
Bring it around.
They high. I haven't given anyone anything.
Fine.
Yeah,
Just
there
more
we
worried
go.
about
If I have
this.
stuff, I don't.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with
It's
you.
fine.
I gotta
Stepping on my
Yeah.
turf.
I just like messing with you.
Stepping on your turf. I thought we were going to be partners in crime.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm an
What, so
equal
you found
opportunity vendor.
Well, I don't know what you're gonna do if you're leaving or not.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
stuff to make
I
it
know.
work. It's just
I
not
have
good
stuff to do.
shit. I got spoiled off of the
As
Legion
always,
grade.
it is good to see you.
You remember
Ah, that's fair.
Likewise.
Probably why my shit
So how's
sold
the
so
growing
well.
going? That's
So.
the babies.
Cat lady.
The babies.
Best of luck with
Is
the
it rotten?
training
The
prep.
green?
What?
Best of luck with gym.
The green, the bright green or dark green?
I plan on with the rest of us. I plan on having some
They're not
light
like your
sparring
green. They're not
throughout
like
the
your
week
green, but they're green.
and
To like invade.
Oh, mine's
all that
not
other
like-
stuff. I'm gonna.
It's only covering server
Yeah, so I said light. Yeah.
My shit's
Oh,
purple.
your
it's sticky.
weed. Oh, most. Oh, all weed
I'm
has
gonna
purple in it.
put into
Yeah,
some
no.
things
No.
until Friday. Again, it's
I
gonna
thought you
be
meant
light. It's
no.
not gonna be
My weed
anything
hasn't.
heavy.
Okay, one, my weed hasn't grown in
I'm
yet.
gonna let you do the
They're
heavy
still
stuff
baby
this Friday.
sprouts. Little babies.
Okay.
Very
Alright,
heavy
well, they're going
stuff.
good. That's good.
And I was going to go infiltrate.
Yeah.
I just want them to be
Well,
remembered
They
and
get a little
prepared.
bit of a little bit of purplish red, and then I have one strain that's a little bit of a bluish
It's
kind
gonna be a
of
bit of a
tone. It's really bad trimming because it dyes all my shears.
They know what their own.
I just brought a bunch of shit in today from fucking. I gave it all to logistics, basically a bunch of crap from a convenience store, about 18k worth. You might find something that's interesting there for you.
Don't be a stranger.
Okay, I'll have to
Go
take a
look
look.
around, see what's in there. Yeah, 'cause it's
My
basically
role as a
covers
Council
everything,
9
like
member
fucking
kinda
cleaning
dictates I need to be
supplies,
strange
food
at
supplies,
times.
fucking medical, like basic
Well, at least not all the
pharmaceuticals,
time.
fucking alcohol. Yeah, it's pharmaceutical. It is what it is.
Wait for the perfect time to strike. Ah! Ah!
I didn't come back.
It's over.
Assault! Assault!
Pepper.
I would never wish that upon my worst foe.
Pepper.
That could be a cat. Not one of those though.
I'm heading out.
Me when
Take care of yourself.
Me when I'm a cat.
Bye.
Queen.
Stay safe.
Bye, Lee.
Have a good one.
Bye.
See you later.
You have my
I'd
contact
rather have
details.
my mind compromised on my own terms for my
Any
cybernetics.
problems?
I mean, to be fair, I wasn't gonna become like a real.
Why are you turning into a
No,
fucking
yeah.
fidget spinner
I was just
right
gonna
now?
have the chip installed.
What are you talking about? I
And
think you're
actually, I don't know where it would have been installed.
You're seeing things.
I'm assuming that's a fist bump.
My eyes are
Yeah.
not malfunctioning.
Probably wasn't in your brain.
Stay safe
No,
out
you're
there.
smart.
I don't need to tell you any of that. But I'll say it anyway.
As safe as I can be out on the front lines.
No, I know. Yeah,
Sleeping. Damn.
I
took the fattest nap.
I see. If you die, I'm coming for you.
What the fuck?
Who's dying?
That's
Yeah,
right, it's like
no,
the
I'm on my way.
Won't be leaving without me. I'm forcing
exactly how a
myself with
shroom
them.
party happens.
Yeah, set the car up.
Shrooms, the next minute you're laying on the floor.
I'm following. I won't be able to catch up, but I'll follow. I will try.
I'll find my way. She'll find her way.
Maybe.
Okay. Yep. Friday night's gonna be hella fun. Some big plans for that. I still love this. It just kind of like something about it just scratches my brain whenever I pull the trigger. And it looks so good with this armor. Although I feel like the is it angled wrong? I suppose it's not. Cancer sword, yeah, buddy. New weapons would be something. It won't be it's like similar sounding, but I will try to find something that's kind of very nice. Shut up! I don't get to use this much anymore, and I want to like do the sound effects.
Me,
It's
me, me,
nice.
me, me.
What the fuck?
Just do them anyway.
What, in character as Queen? It's very difficult to do it in cards because it gives me cancer every time I fucking pull it. She's meant to stop using it, so.
Hey, you know what?
Hmm?
Stop having cancer.
I just like how there's so many different ways to do it. Because it's all like a fizz bone to flick. You just hope you enjoyed the talk. I'm sorry if it was a bit too long and I just droned on and on and on.
It's fine. I enjoyed the droning. A lot of the things that Queen said, Wrench has been resonating with a lot recently.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense, doesn't it?
Wrench signed up to be Chase's right hand and help him enforce stuff for Chase don't do a lot of enforcing, which causes our current situation.
Yeah, sadly that's just how things be sometimes.
Be like that. Hey, you wanna fuck up the entire model? Change your scaling from a 1 to a -1.
What? What do you mean to a -1? How'd you even do that?
In your Unity file, change your Queen's scaling, the prefab for Queen's model, from a 1 to a -1.
Nah, how about we don't do that?
You should do it, it'd be funny.
No, because it's the inverted Queen.
And?
No, what do you mean and? Why don't you do it for Wrench, huh?
And?
Why don't you do it for Wrench, huh?
Because I thought of the cool idea for Queen first. The Queen has to do it first.
No, why is the Queen have to do it first?
Because you're the first owner of the thing.
What with this?
Me.
Like, what does it even inversing it even do?
I said it. You want to fuck up your. You want to fuck up your. Blah, blah, blah. I forgot what I said. Fuck. Hey, stop that. Stop being cool.
What the fuck? Why can't I be cool?
You already had your cool moment.
Why can't I have more?
Stop that. I can't do that.
Why can't you do it?
I don't know how. And also wrist awkward.
Okay, so if you look at the wrist, right? It's literally just swing down, rotate. You basically, you kind of like, it's almost like you're kind of doing this. You kind of do this, and then you kind of just, you twist your hand. So if you
I can't do it. I can't like do it with my fucking wrist. It always feels really awkward.
Okay, look. So you have it in front of you. Imagine you just do like a slice inwards like that. So just do a slice like that.
I can't.
You can't? Why not?
I literally can't.
So like this. So you roll your wrist. Right?
See, that's the problem. I can't roll my wrists.
Why not?
I feel I feel whenever I go down like here, it's like a lot of tension building up.
It sounds like you need to roll your wrists more. So just do it like that. So the way to, it's basically, imagine you're kind of slicing, but then bringing it around. So just, or like, yeah, just imagine you're kind of just doing that, right? You're using the weight from the sword and flicking it. Yeah, you're getting it. No. Just keep doing that. Just keep doing that because you need to get used to the movement, right? Just do the one side. Just do the one side. And then try to do it a bit more, slow and a bit more deliberate. And eventually, you can do a situation like this where you, because obviously you look at the guard, you swing like this, and you basically tilt your hand backwards, and then you do the same, right? It will feel awkward at the start, and you won't feel like you're actually doing it. But the more you do it, and eventually, when it comes to you doing it faster, you can just do like that. If you keep your body straight, right? But when you do your body straight, it's not particularly accurate, nor does it look good. Once you get used to the motions, you can then start rolling your shoulder and rolling your body with it. It also helps having, being a kid and having a stick and just learning it.
Well, I'm not a kid now, and I don't have a stick either, do I?
Find one. Or broom. When I was a kid, I had like broomsticks. I had actual wooden sticks. I had anything to get my hands on.
Broomstick hand.
Yeah. You just learn how to do it.
Oh God, Discord. What is that?
Often when it comes to a thrust, you either just dodge out of the way or you parry it. Because if you block it, like blocking it with a tip, it doesn't. Yeah. So... Okay. Does he even?
Congratulations!
Does he even block?
You killed me. Me.
Heat weaponry, my one and only weakness.
No, this is your one and only weakness.
You're right. I just go.
Damn. I'm all alone now. Danger.
She doesn't want one of those Dark Souls bosses out the same size as the player, and thus much more dangerous. True. Careful.
Boxers.
You need to stretch.
My boxers limit. No, it's my boxers.
Oh, I see. Folk.
I can do that kick normally though.
Fair enough. This design, she's meant to have two swords. She's actually basically made after a boss called Relana from Elden Ring, the DLC. The twin sword, like blue and red sword. His sword doesn't give him cancer. It doesn't give him cancer, no, but it does give him some sort of like ailment.
I have a list.
Well, let them find out in character.
No, I have to find out in character first.
That as well. Anyway.
Fuck. I can't do combat in boxers. They limit my fucking kicks, man.
I don't have the flexibility, nor have I warmed up, so I shouldn't really be doing this, but yeah, just...
We'll fix that.
Okay. Alright, chat. Oh god, she's Pontiff Sullivan? What do you mean she's Pontiff Sullivan? What? Or my Elden Ring faith into build. I see. Anyway, so... if you like what you saw here today, please consider giving me a follow. It helps the channel, but most importantly, you know when it...
Hey. Oh, you can do your spiel. I was gonna say go raid Dave.
Yeah, I'll do that. So, if you like what you saw here today, please consider giving me a follow. It helps the channel out, most importantly, you know when it goes live again next. If you wish to support the channel, be sure to do so. If you find the channel actually stable, it'll be most appreciative. But it's not necessary. You can completely just watch me and, make clips, say hello to the chat, speak to me. That's, that's more than enough. Put this disclaimer there just in case, people go a bit too crazy with it. What the? Why is she here? If you look in the chat right now, thank you much to Good Name and Sacred. Mama Huevo. If you look in the chat right now, I think it's the Good Name and Sacred Twin Gear. There's a link to Discord. We join a wonderful community and be part of the discussions that partake in the channel about all the role plays I partake in, such as Eden Lost and Gang RP. There'll be more in the future if and when I find the time and when I get around to doing the model work, but for the time being, it is just those two. There is no Eden Lost this week due to the break, so I think the first episode we will get is in 3 weeks' time. It's actually canonical to Eden Lost, so I think not next week, sorry, not this week, but the week afterwards, I think it's the OVA crossover, so look forward to that. If you want to post something, be sure to post it with the channel. If the channel exists, we do have a feedback channel, so you can make requests for anything you want to see added, changed, or put on in the stream service, or anything else, such as, Discord. Or in the Discord channel, sorry. I really need to change the shading, because she looks just kind of weird like that with that shading. Last one, for Twitter is non-safe for speedies and minors. Because if you know if I'm going to go live as well to the Streamlabs integration, I have not yet put the YouTube channel on there because I was meant to be doing that, but I keep forgetting to do it every time. I'll probably do it when I get out. Is Dave still streaming?
Senor Dave.
He is.
He might have just. He is. Senor Dave 777
Yeah.
underscore. I hate his name.
So we're gonna go raid David. Yes, I dropped his name like that. Pure shot, big box, heavy damage. Yes, Kuro needs to invest into basketball shorts. I think he does, but yeah. Where's YouTube link? JK, you're good. I know you're busy.
My boxers, man.
Yeah, I do need to add YouTube links. Model work streams. So I have apparently 4 weeks, because apparently with this stuff that's happening with Eden Lost, in 4 weeks I will need to have a combat model ready. So I will need to get my arms ready by that point. So I'll probably be streaming maybe tomorrow, because I think Kuro is doing a D&D session. So I intend to do model work and stream during that time. So it, makes use of my time and makes use of his. So you might get a model work stream tomorrow. We have to see. Will Bella show up and meet back this weekend, Van? Probably not. I'm not too sure. It depends what H wants, but I think for now she's just out of reach and just invisible because of, hostilities and the like. The usual stuff. Name drop for a week. What do you mean name drop? Name drop for what?
Oh.
4 weeks, let's go. Yeah. But wait, what do you mean by the name drop? Oh, David. Do you mean David? I mean, his name is literally Senor Dave. What? Dave and David is the same fucking name. What? David. Anyway, take everyone. Send your love to Dave, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.